Hey guys, welcome back. Obviously today it's just me. Angela already filmed her makeup tutorial, so I'm sure hers will go up before mine. I just did a tutorial on the look I'm wearing right now. This is my first time filming, so please bear with me. I was really nervous filming this. So if you're interested in how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Really quickly before I start, I just want to mention I've been having issues with my skin, obviously, and I'm one of those people that I always pick at it and ends up getting really red and swollen. So the other day, Angela and I picked up some tea tree oil. This stuff, I'm not even kidding, I took a little bit on a Q-tip and I applied it right to my problem areas. The swelling is completely down, like they're completely flat now, and the redness has gone down a lot too. So if you're looking for like a cheaper alternative, because I know skincare can be super expensive, I think this was like $10 and this is gonna last a really long time. I would totally check this out. I did a sheet mask right before I started filming, which if I have time, I always try to do a sheet mask, especially in the winter. My skin is a little more on the dry side. Typically I'm just normal skin, but normal dry usually. So I'll go in with like a moisturizer. Right now I'm just using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. I like this because it dries really fast. This will probably be good for those of you that have oily skin because it's not thick in consistency. Like I said, it's a gel, so it's not going to clog your pores and it dries really quickly. I haven't really found a primer that I'm obsessed with. I lean towards pore filling primers. Right now I'm just using the NYX Photo Loving Primer. It's like a silicone based pore filling primer. It's pretty typical. I concentrate this in my T-zone, and whatever I have left over I'll wipe over the rest of my face. I like to drag the primer pretty close to my lash line. I have really fine lines underneath my lash line and my concealer creases like no other. So I've actually noticed bringing the primer, especially if it's pore filling, really close in there, it actually helps the creasing quite a bit. I don't even know what foundation I'm going to use today. I wanted to use the Wet n Wild one, but I'm not tan enough for it, so I'm just going to have to find one. So today I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This is in shade 203. It might be still a tiny bit dark for me. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. I'm going to use the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I'm just going to pick it up off the back of my hand with the sponge and start putting it all over my face.
I've seen you. I've patrolled these empty thoughts before, but I'm fixed now on the cure.
I like to start with a light layer and just add more where I think I need more coverage.
Do you remember the type of folk we used to be and the simple souls we used to see?
I always make sure that I definitely blend it down to my neck. I've had too many bad experiences with foundation and not blending into my neck, so I'm actually very paranoid about that. If you self-tan like me, it's kind of fading right now, but I don't put it on my ears, and my ears will be like a lot whiter than my face. So if you do that, I always drag whatever's left over on my sponge just onto my ear so it blends in better.
Do you remember a fallen man with no escape? It seems he lives in yesterday. If you played away, well, I forgive you once again. I'm losing patience, and I know for sure that we've been right here before. I see the dangers, baby, I'm not.
So I'm gonna go in with concealer now. I've like ran out of all my concealers that are pale enough for me. They're all pretty tan. I use most of these when I'm self-tan, so I am going to go in with the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer. This is like the whitest concealer I have. It's in shade L5 Neutral. Okay, that looks really white in these lights, but we'll just we'll just have to work with it.
There's no point denying we're through, 'cause baby I'm not crying.
Okay, so I kind of forgot how really white this concealer is. I'm just gonna mix in some of the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in number 10 just to balance it out a little bit. I don't want it too white underneath there.
There's just shit that I've gotta do, so I'm not crying.
So I'm going to try something new today. I never cream contour, but Angela picked up this hard candy highlight and contour stick a while ago when we were at Walmart, and she said she really liked it. I think I might have picked up a darker shade than her, so I'm a little scared, but I'm going to try that today before I set my concealer.
Just sleeps away at a meager forest break, and I'm quite sure, like a human chess piece I've been playing, you're coming back from.
Okay, so now I'm gonna set. Oh, I almost forgot about this.
Do you remember the type of folk we used to be?
Okay, now I'm gonna set my under eye. I'm gonna use the Airspun powder. We talked about this in our favorites. Especially during the winter time, my skin's drier and my under eye is typically always dry. I really enjoy this powder more than the Laura Mercier powder, which I used to just like live by the Laura Mercier powder, but it started looking too heavy underneath my eyes. And when I got this, it literally changed my under eyes. They look so much better. And I figured out that the Airspun powder doesn't have talc in it, and the Laura Mercier one does. And talc is just kind of like a filler for a powder. So that's probably why it feels heavier underneath your skin, which is funny because this is only like $5 or $6 and the Laura Mercier powder is like $40, $45. So
We used to see, do you remember a fallen man with no escape? It seemed to live in yesterday, If you played away, well, I'll forgive you once again. I'm losing patience, and I know for sure that we've been right here before. I see the dangers, baby, I'm not crying over you. There's no point denying we're through, 'cause baby, I'm not crying over you.
I'm gonna set the rest of my face with the same powder.
So I'm not crying.
Okay, so after I set my face and my under eye, I typically go in with bronzer, blush, highlight. I do my whole entire face before I go in with my brows or my eyes. That's just how I do it. I don't have like a certain reason for it. I usually use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette to bronze contour, but a while ago I shattered the middle shade, which is what I used to bronze with. I was so sad, so I just had to start using other bronzers, but I decided to try and fix it last night, and it might not look pretty right here. It might not look pretty, but it works now. So that's what I'm using today. I'm just using that middle shade to bronze up the skin. So for blush, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Rose Champagne. It looks like it kind of has shimmer in it, but it's more of like a sheen when it's on your skin. I don't typically put a lot of blush on, so who knows if you're even going to see it show up, but in person it just adds a little bit of luminosity. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a highlighter. I'm going to use Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I always put it on my cheekbones. I'll put it right above the brow bone and kind of just drag it all through here. In pictures it looks really nice, especially if you're turned to the side. I typically use flash photography, so it really shows up.
There's no point denying we're through, 'cause baby I'm not crying over you. There's just shit that I've gotta do, so I'm not crying.
If I think I put too much in one spot and it kind of looks like a stripe on my skin, I'll just take a stippling brush. This is just from e.l.f. and I'll kind of just blend it all together. Pretty much done with my face. I don't really have anything. This side is looking a little wonky. I'm gonna take some of the Airspun powder again. I'm just gonna use a Sigma tapered highlighter brush. I'm gonna pack some of this powder on here and put it under my bronzer. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it to the other side as well. I'm really sloppy when it comes to putting on my foundation. I just put it over everywhere, and since I do my brows last, I will take a Q-tip and just wipe away the excess foundation on my brows. I'm just not very careful when it comes to putting my foundation on, so that's also why I do my brows last, because whenever I try to do my brows first, it takes me forever to put my foundation on, because I'm trying to be so careful not to touch them, because I would go crazy if I accidentally got some foundation in my brows and they were already done. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this away because it wasn't too bad. It was just bothering me. And once I wipe it away, I don't want the line to be too harsh. So I'll just kind of go over it a tiny bit with my stippling brush. I've been using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil for quite a while. I won't buy high-end brow products. I go through them too fast. I go through these, I couldn't even tell you. Angela thinks I'm crazy because every time we're together I'm like, I need to buy a brow pencil, I'm running out, and I can't even count how many times I've run out of my brow pencil when I'm done with one brow and I need to do the other one. You would think I would learn. Happens to me so many times, and I would not be surprised if it happened to me today. It takes me a long time to do my brows, so I'm probably just going to do them off camera. I haven't really perfected how I do my brows yet. I still hate them half the time when I'm done, so I'm just not going to show you guys that. So I'm just going to do them off camera really quick, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that my brows are done, I'm just gonna go and do my eyes. That's pretty much all I have left. I really did not have a look planned today, so I'm just gonna see how it goes. I'm just gonna go in. So, not sure how it's gonna turn out, but we'll see. I really like this Tartelette in the Bloom palette. I obviously use this shade a lot. Sometimes I'll mix this one and this one together and put it in my crease. So that's probably what I'm going to do today. So like I said, I'm going to take these two, mix them together, pop them in my crease. I saw Jaclyn Hill do this in one of her tutorials for basically the same reason that I'm doing it now. if you don't want to put tape on your eyes, or if you're just not very good at keeping that straight line, she will take just that airspun powder again, put it on the brush, and just make a line there. Basically the same concept of why you would bake underneath your contour, because you want the line to be more clean. I think I'm just gonna darken up my outer corner. I'm gonna use, wow, I can't see, this color in the Tartelette palette.
And I'm quite sure, like a human chess piece I've been playing, you're coming back for more. Do you remember the type of folk we used to be and the simple souls we used to see? Do you remember a fallen man with no escape? It seemed to live in yesterday. If you play the way, well, I'll forgive you once again.
I'm gonna use this color in the Tartelette palette. It's like a dark bronze shimmer. I like to spray my brush. I'm just gonna use this Wet n Wild setting spray to spray my brush. You can use anything. You can use eye drops, water. I've even seen people lick their brushes before they do this. I don't know if I would recommend that. But after I spray it, I'm gonna go in to this color and pack it on my brush, and then just go in and press it into my lid. I find the color payoff is a lot better when you press in instead of using swiping motions.
And I know for sure that we've been right here before. I see the dangers, baby, I'm not crying over you. There's no point in lying with you, 'cause baby, I'm not crying over you.
Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go back into that dark color I used in the outer corner, and I'm gonna go and add a little more of that to add a little bit more dimension.
There's just shit that I've gotta do, so I'm not crying.
And then again, go in with some of that crease color to blend everything out. I'm going to go in with the same highlighter I used on my face, the Mary Luminizer, and put that on my brow bone. I'm also going to put that color in my inner corners. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe away the powder underneath my eyeshadow so I can go and do my lower lash line. As you can see, it definitely made that line sharper. It's a really good trick if you don't want to apply tape to your face. This side looks a little better than my other one. I'm going to add a little bit more powder while I go into my lower lash line. So for my lower lash line, I'm basically going to do the same steps that I did on my lids, except for the lid color. put on some mascara before I put on my falsies. I just use the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black.
For sure that we've been right here before. I see the dangers, baby. I'm not crying over you. There's no point denying we're through. 'Cause baby, I'm not.
So I'm just gonna put my lashes on off camera really quick. I've been using this Duo lash adhesive. It has a brush on it, so it makes it a lot easier to apply the glue. So I will be right back. Okay, now that my lashes are on, I'm going to put mascara on my lower lash line. I always use the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. I only use this on my lower lashes. It's bomb for my lower lashes. It doesn't flake, it doesn't bleed. I've never used it on my top lashes, so I can't really say anything about that.
There's just shit that I've gotta do, so I'm not crying.
After I apply my false lashes, I always take a black eyeliner. I always use the NYX gel pencil liner. I really like this because it doesn't bleed. But I'll apply it on my upper lash lines so the lashes blend in with my eyelashes a little better. But today I'm going to put like a cream color on my lower lash line to kind of open my eyes a little bit more. All I have to do now is put on lipstick. I don't know what I want to do yet. Most likely a nude. That's all I do. So today I'm just going to go in with the Milani lip liner in the color Spice.
I've seen better days, but the summer just sleeps away at a meager forest break. And I'm quite sure, like a human chess piece I've been playing, you're coming back for more.
I'm not super neat with my lip liner. I usually don't use lip liner when I use liquid lipsticks. I only use lip liner if I want to alter the color of the liquid lipstick. I want it to be a little more of a brownie nude instead of a pinky nude. On top of this, I'm going to go in with the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Push Up.
Do you remember the type of folk we used to be and the simple souls we used to see? Do you remember a fallen man with no escape? It seemed to live in yesterday. If you play.
If you're blonde like me, you probably understand my struggle of getting foundation in my hairline. So I started off doing this with a spoolie, like a normal spoolie, but I've noticed that using this, I don't know if you have one of these laying around, this side works better than if you use a normal spoolie. Both work, but I've just found it easier with this. I'll pull my hair back and literally brush where I want the foundation to come off. This has saved me when it comes to foundation in my hairline. This has worked for me. I hope it helps some of you with this problem. So this is really the final look. I'm happy with how it turned out, but since this was my first time filming, thank you for sticking with me. I was really nervous, so hopefully it turned out okay and I made sense. I really appreciate you guys watching, and all of your love and support means so much to me and Angela. I hope you guys like how the look turned out. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions for looks in the future or kinds of videos that you guys want us to do, just leave a comment down below and we would appreciate that so much. I don't think I have anything else to say other than thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in our next video.